What's going on, Capricorn? Welcome to my channel, Alchemist. Justin here, and I hope you're having a fantastic week so far. So, for those of you who are returning, welcome back, Soul Tribe. I appreciate your subscriptions, your likes, and shares. Your support really is just amazing, Cap, and it keeps us growing. And for those of you who are new, welcome. I'm happy Higher Self has brought you here. We are in for an amazing journey. Because it's General Energy Weekly Spread. I think I'm starting to run ideas for jigs again. They're a cat, but nature my problem. I have more dance moves, fresh ones next week. How I'm gonna practice that, I'm not sure. But with this weekly spread, whenever you happen to come across this video, there may be some messages in here for you. And just so you're all aware, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one. So take what resonates with you, leave the rest with me, and never force a reading on the situation, okay? So with all that being said, let's jump into it. Your space has been cleansed. Crystals, feeling lovely. Just great energy all around here, Cap. So I'm going to pull a few oracle cards from this deck here, and then we'll get some details with those tarot. But before we jump into this thing, these readings that I do, they're not gender specific readings, so apply these energies to people as they make sense for your situations, okay? Thank you. And in case if y'all were curious, the decks that I'm working with, I've included links for them down in the description box below, so definitely check that out if you're interested. But also down below are some links for some other readers that are like watching caps, so definitely check them out. Very intuitive group. I think you'd enjoy them. But let's go ahead and get into your first card here. Oh, Capricorn, looks like storms on the horizon here, because you got the fifth card of Scorpios, which is Thunderstorm card. And that has been kind of circulating a little bit, because this is a card of power, destruction, trouble, electric display, a warning, out of control, energy shift, conflict, triumph over evil, fierce, booming, conflict, and opportunity to overcome. An energy that's coming through here, Capricorn, is the trouble. And now if you find yourself in any sort of trouble, if you've gotten into a situation that if things have gotten maybe a little out of hand, and we're not quite sure maybe how to tackle this thing. I feel like that might be for some, maybe you need to kind of ask for help possibly, because I feel like Capricorn, you're a sign that really has great, I feel like, persevering power, and like when in the faces of adversity, I feel like yours is one that is always rises up to the occasion. But I feel like that this is something where, depending on this degree of trouble, what might have brought this about, this is something that you may not need to necessarily tackle on your own. Maybe finding some allies, or maybe this is something too. I'm even kind of getting here that maybe for some it's like we may not realize, like, or maybe there's an energy that may be kind of like causing trouble in your life, or like, maybe not. There's, how do I want to put this? It's almost like that there's this, I'm almost getting kind of like a mischievous energy, or something along those lines, that maybe there's someone in our sphere, or maybe there's like a situation that we may get. I feel like it's kind of like, like paying attention to, like, if someone's like is trying to bring you trouble, or if there's someone that's trying to get you in like some sort of like a shady situation or something along those lines, Capricorn. It's something I feel like, yeah, just kind of keep a, not that I don't feel like that you don't have a, that you don't have an eye for this thing, but it's something almost kind of sneaky. I feel like it's trying to get into the mix there, Cap. But let's get some tarot on this and get some details. Because I'm even kind of picking up your energy, Cap, as far like the devil card kind of coming through. Like, let's see what's going on with that. Thank you. Ooh, interesting. All right, Capricorn. So you have the Five of Swords, the Eight of Cups, the Tower, and the Hanged Man here. And I feel like with the Eight of Cups being here, this can be a card of, walking away from something. And I feel like that maybe for some there's this, and that's interesting. This can be, the Five of Swords can be a card of defeat in this deck, but I'm also can be like a card of different perspectives and things. And I almost feel like that there's this energy that's trying to almost like get you into a sense of defeat, or trying to, like, if they can't seem to rise up, that there's this energy of trying to bring you down with it, to kind of rock your foundation in a sense, to kind of keep you, bring your tower down in a sense. It's not something that I am necessarily feeling that it's being caused, but it just feels like that there's an energy here. It's just like it is seeing things from a different perspective here. So maybe we've been kind of hung up on something, or that there's this energy of, like, it's like we're sacrificing our energy towards something that, like, maybe a certain idea that maybe either people are bringing, or something, but something that is just like it's slowing down your energies is what I'm really kind of getting with the Eight of Cups here. And because this trouble, it's not like I feel like there's necessarily like any sort of like, it's not necessarily like there's any kind of danger there, Capricorn, or at least there doesn't need to be. I feel like it's just like, let me get a little bit more on this Eight of Cups, because something's brewing there, and I'm not like, let me get a little bit more on that. All right, Capricorn. So the Eight of Cups is clarified by the Queen of Wands, the Princess of Disc, and then the Seven of Disc. And the disc in this deck are pentacles, Cap. And if you've noticed something that I feel like is getting in the way of your manifesting, because she's pouring this energy into this scepter. She's giving all she's got. She's pouring her life force into this thing to try to get this grove beef, this force behind her to grow. But if you notice that something is like you got a bad, like almost like it almost feels like you got a bad weed in your crop in a sense. And I'm thinking about the card, the Seven of Pentacles, from another deck that I like using, the Astro Matrix one. There's this woman that's tending to this field, and she's like watching these crops grow. And I feel that it just feels like that something is just like hindering this crop. And it's just like with the Queen of Wands, she's a very passionate one. She's one that gets real excited, and she's, sometimes I feel like she can be a bit on like the lower vibration. She can be a bit impulsive, a little reckless, and not very mindful about what she's getting into. So just pay attention to that, Capricorn. Like, I really feel like with this Tower card here, it's just like there's something that, and this is an interesting way for the Tower to come through. I feel like it's something that is trying to like rock your foundation in a sense. Maybe there's some weirdness, or like, because I'm even getting like a gossip energy, maybe even for some. Maybe there's something going on at work, or maybe there's something that's even kind of going on just in like, yeah, pay attention to that, Capricorn. What? Because I feel like there is, with this thunderstorm, that something shifting, or something's, there's, just Scorpio energy. Something's changing, and the fact that Mars is here. Yeah, something to pay attention to there, Capricorn. But let's Let's get some more on this. All right, thank you. All right, Cap. So you got the third card of Virgos here, which is the chess card. And with this card, this is a card of strategy, planning, checkmate, grand design, thinking ahead, tactics, moves and counter moves, master plan, course of action, power play, game theory, and consequences of actions. And the energy that's coming through here is the thinking ahead. And I do feel like it, because maybe some of this trouble, maybe it's just like, again, we feel like there's a shift that's coming. There's some sort of shift that's coming, and we do need to start planning ahead there, Capricorn, just for a rainy day or for a thunderstorm or something along those lines. There's something like maybe like a gut thing that's trying to tell you, listen to your intuition, because I feel like that's one is, Yeah, I keep getting just like with this thinking ahead, it's just like preparing for a rainy day, or and this is even interesting for some too. Yeah. Just considering that the princess, and take this as it resonates. The princess of discs, she's a very fertile figure, and the queen of wands. And you know what I mean, girl. The Queen of Wands can be a little fast sometimes, where, again, I feel like paying attention to the people that we're interacting with there, Capricorn. I'm gonna leave that there, but, let me see what we need to start thinking about there, Capricorn. Let's see what's going on with that. Thank you. Well, nice thing. The sun's coming out after this storm here, Capricorn. So let's see what's up with that. Because you have the Four of Disc, the Four of Wands, the Two of Swords, and then the Sun card here, Capricorn. And I feel that there is something here that's the Sun card is giving me this clarity, or needing to shine a light on some things, to kind of reevaluate some stuff. Maybe we've been, and I'm still kind of getting your energy in a sense. Like there's these devil energies that are coming through. Maybe some sort of temptations, or something that we're kind of on that we've been flirting with for a little bit. Just kind of going back and forth. It's like one of those things, that's not good for you, but we're just still kind of on the fence here. And with the Four of Wands being in this deck like a card of completion, I feel like there's a need to put an end to this. Or maybe it's just like we're thinking about how we're gonna put an end to this thing, but maybe it's like it's like putting an end to something maybe before we get too deep here, and that we start to lose control over a situation here, before that. Because I'm even sort of getting this swindler type of energy here with the Four of Discs. Maybe this is paying attention to like some contracts that we're signing, or let me get a little bit more on this Four of Wands here, Cap. All right, so the Four of Wands is clarified by the Prince of Swords and then the Prince of Disc. And I feel like with the Prince of Disc being here, there's this, that he's can be like my card of, considering that we're talking about thinking ahead. If we fail to plan, we plan to fail. And It feels like that for some. It's just like maybe we've been possibly maybe even neglecting some kind of responsibilities here. You know, maybe this could be maybe bills have gotten a little behind, or maybe we've been investing in things that like I'm even kind of getting like maybe like a gambling type of energy. That's something here that I feel is that just feels like it requires a little that requires some more thought with the Prince of Swords. He's a pretty fast moving knight. Him and the Prince of Wands. These are the knights in this deck, and yeah, I do feel like that there's a need to just kind of pause for a second and kind of make sure, just like when we're going about making these decisions or when we're going about doing things or taking steps here, Capricorn, that we're taking a moment of pause and just like to really evaluate, you know, what are the implications, the essentially the consequences of our actions here. But, all right. All right, Cap. Let's get your last card. Oh, all right. Thank you. Oh, interesting. A little more Scorpio energy. So you have the seventh card of Scorpios, which is a universe card. And with this card, this is a card of source, infinite, unending, enduring, eternal, creation, awakening, interconnected, heaven, higher perspective, the big picture, all that is, creative force, and law of one. And the energy that's coming through here, Capricorn, is the higher perspective. And it feels that there is this I feel that it's like it's trying to see things, considering you got the universe and kind of this chess card here. It's just like it's planning this, really kind of seeing the bigger picture here. Like something feels a little short sighted right now with this kind of energy, you know, like, and this could possibly lead us into some trouble down the line here, Capricorn. However, this may be resonating with you if it is. And this might even be for some, it's just like we may be already in something right now, you know, maybe with this tower that's coming through here, and that it's almost like we might be kind of getting kind of caught up maybe in the, like how these figures are just sort of just falling out here from this tower. We're just sort of swept up in this storm, and there's a need to kind of see what's going on in this thing from a higher perspective. And I get when we're in a situation, we're in a tower moment, that can be difficult to see why these things are happening. But even in these sort of more kind of troublesome type of situations, there is an insight that's kind of trying to come through, that there's some sort of wisdom that's trying to be gained from this. But it's, I feel like if we kind of with the seven of discs, if we fail to see where the weeds keep kind of coming in into your garden in a sense, it's just going to keep kind of cycling there, and they're just going to kind of stay stuck in this loop. And it's like we'll never get to this place of really completing this cycle here with the Four of Wands, not be able to pass through that portal as far as like getting to that next energy. But I'm even kind of getting like your ruler, the well, in this deck, the universe, and or the world card, in a sense of just like, or even like some judgment, you know, even in reverse. But let's get your last tarot cards on this. Huh. There you are. Cap. Thank you. Oh. Alright, Capricorn. So you have the Princess of Cups, the Ten of Cups, the Six of Disc, the Lovers, and then there you are, Capricorn, the Devil. And let's switch back over. Because I feel that it's... Pay attention to the decisions that you're making, Capricorn. Just in general, but here, if you're noticing some things, if we're in like in a tight situation or something, and we're starting to make some... I'm not sure if it's like we're... or... It feels that there's something possibly getting in the way of your success here, Capricorn. There's something that's feeling kind of that's throwing things out of balance, I feel like, with the Six of Discs being here. And, you know, before the Tower is your card, the Devil. And the Devil is not meant to be a bad card or negative vibe. Not meant to be. It's meant to be like pay attention to where we might be putting our energies into and the choices that we're making and how they do affect your vibration and how they either fill or take away from your cup. And the Devil energy is, you know, can be a hard working card too. It's meant to be a reminder that we do have that perseverance, that tenacity in order to push through when we are in trouble there, Capricorn. But I do feel like it's getting eyes on what the source of what's causing that trouble in the first place. It's like maybe for some we may be... I'm either giving like a too trusting of an energy or just too willing to just kind of give. Because the Princess of Cups, she's a very generous figure. And it feels like that. It's like for some, it's like maybe we're just like, it's like we're giving away all our cups, or it's... And I feel like these troublesome signs, or that there even have been these kind of signals here, because I even got a little something that was going on in my head there that was like a sign from the higher self, or however you connect with source, that something is not quite right, or the choices that we're not making are not for your highest vibration. But let me get a little bit more on your card before we wrap up here. Interesting, Capricorn. All right. Thank you. Got a lot to clarify with that. So your card is clarified by... That's interesting. So your card is clarified by the Nine of Disc, the Ace of Disc, the Two of Disc, the Six of Swords, the Six of Wands, and then the Queen of Cups here, Capricorn. And it feels like that it's wherever we're focusing our energy with this, with the Six of Swords here, is affecting all of this. And some decisions that we're making are changing the flow of where the energies are going. And I really feel like it's kind of paying attention to as well. Again, like the either the investments that we're making, whether this be in maybe land, maybe in just something that just doesn't seem like it holds weight, or that it's... Because the Queen of Cups in this deck, she's impressionable by the energies of the cards that are around her. You know, the energies that are around her. And it feels that there is this storm that's kind of brewing up in her realm here. And it almost feels like that with all this mist and things that is in front of her, that it's almost like that she can't see it brewing. You know, like, then that's That's interesting there, Capricorn. But I think I'm gonna leave that there. So yeah, just something to think about. But if any of that resonated with you, yeah, give it. Because that even feels weird saying that, giving that a thumbs up. That was an interesting energy there, Capricorn. But share this if you know someone who's going through some sort of, I don't know, some sort of tricky situation, or just find themselves kind of repeating in a cycle. Yeah, share this, Capricorn. And then if you haven't already, subscribe, hit that bell button. You get notified when I these videos each week. And let's shift gears, Cap, because if you got any, look at you getting one of the hot cards to come over to my other channel there. Not that you need a Queen of Cups, she's Cancer's card. My sun signs in Cancer. But if you have any Cancer in your placement, Sun, Moon, Rising, come on over to the charity then, friends. I do videos Monday through Friday. There's like what I do over there. Yeah, Monday through Friday, we discuss lunar shenanigans, and it's a good old time. And all that housekeeping is down in the description box below. But let me get you surprise cards here so I can get you out of here. Seeing from a higher perspective, because you got the Queen of Swords here. And I feel that there's this energy of, again, like just thinking about our actions and thinking about how they affect things in the grand scheme, Capricorn. Like there's a like, and it feels like with the Queen of Cups too, it's just like there's something that we're not, it's like there's something that we're ignoring, that we're choosing to keep. And that's interesting. I've not quite read her like that, where it's like where it's like she's choosing to keep this veil over her face, but it's not doing the thing that usually that veil is meant to keep her energies mysterious. But I feel like it's doing something of the opposite. It's keeping her from seeing things clearly. And it's like we need to kind of take our head out of the clouds and really kind of see stuff for what it really is. And the Queen of Swords, she's the type, like, I'm thinking in like traditional tarot, like the Rider White, she usually has like her hand out, but she has her sword up. And it's just like she's open to hearing what others has to say. But if they're coming with some trouble, and not that I'm saying we're taking heads, Capricorn, but she sees them for what's going down there. And if she notices the energies aren't in balance, or if she notices the energies aren't in balance, then keep it moving. Love and light, take care. So something to think about with that, Capricorn. But let me get your oracle card here so I can get you out of here. And you got the 20th card here, Cap, which is the Imagine card. And that's interesting. Is the 20th card, that's Justice card vibes. Or Judgment, excuse me, Judgment card vibes. But I almost feel like that there is this, for some, it almost feels like that it's just like we're almost kind of stuck in this kind of imagination type of realm. And here's the thing too, Capricorn, your energy is in Pisces, your ruler's in Pisces right now, so you're having that Pisces influence with your sign. And Pisces, there is one of the harder things with Pisces is that they do have troubles with boundaries, and just because they're Neptune ruled. And it feels that there is, it's like we're imagining that something is one thing when there's actually another. And it's, again, speaking of how I'm talking about Neptune, got the Hanged Man is Neptune energy. And yeah, I feel like that there's a need to, again, to kind of see things see something for what it is. It's like there's a foundation that's crumbling. Our tower's on fire. We're not even quite aware of it yet. And it's just something to kind of get eyes on there, Capricorn. But and I like how this figure is like kind of rising. There's a spirit that's almost kind of rising above here. A lot of things that are trying to get you to, again, see things from a higher perspective here, Capricorn. So I think I'm going to leave that there. So you stay safe out there, Cap. And just kind of keep eyes on stuff. Use discernment. Trust that intuition. If something's not feeling right, we keep it stepping. And if we've gotten ourselves in something, just what are we going to do to fix it? And what do we learn from this thing, Capricorn, so something like that doesn't happen again? You raise your vibration through the roof, because this kind of stuff, it can, like that anxiety and things that can be kind of tough to deal with. And so definitely do some self-care, trying to ways to kind of relax, do some meditation, whatever that looks like, Cap. And I will catch you on the next one. Later.